It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A little girl has died after a horror car accident in the Upper Hunter. The 2-year-old's mother was driving along the New England Highway at Willow Tree north of Scone last night when the car rolled off the road. The girl died at the scene, while the Hunter's Westpac rescue helicopter flew her 11-month-old baby brother to the John Hunter Hospital in a critical condition. Inspector Kylie and Demi has told Nine passers-by and emergency services did everything they could to help.
This is definitely one of the most tragic events that police and other emergency services can attend. It takes a huge toll on everybody involved, including the passers-by and the witnesses who stopped to render assistance to these victims.
Newcastle Councillor Brad Luke is going against the tide by supporting council amalgamations. He's described a proposed merger between Newcastle and Lake Macquarie councils as a no-brainer, saying it would deliver substantial benefits and savings to ratepayers. Councillor Luke has told the Herald the push against the merger is all about people protecting their jobs. Newcastle City Hall is getting a facelift with a call for tenders going out this weekend. With work on the tower expected to be completed soon, councillors called for tenders on the repair of the sandstone facades of the halls of the southern and eastern facades. The restoration work will also include the ornate driveway ramps, the main entrance and the covered balcony area. Council's Greg Sainsbury says the restoration on the clock tower is continuing.
The work we're looking at the current contract is for the clock tower itself. There's still the finishing off the stonework. We're still finding some anchoring pins to be actually fixed up. It's the clock face itself. The whole mechanism is being reconstructed off-site, and we also got the copper work on the actual roofing itself, which is nearing completion.
As debate over marriage equality continues, the leaders of the Catholic and Anglican churches in the Hunter have shared their views. Maitland Newcastle Catholic Bishop Bill Wright says allowing same-sex marriage wouldn't be the end of the world, while Newcastle Anglican Bishop Greg Thompson says gay and lesbian people have been treated with harshness and intolerance. However, he didn't expect the church to change its formal position on marriage anytime soon. The Royal Institute for Deaf and Blind Children is calling for more teleschools in the Hunter to keep up with growing demand. The Institute last week raised $50,000 for 5 new cameras to give families access to therapy and education services from their own home. Chief Executive Chris Wren says rural families have missed out in accessing these services.
Whilst we have historically been centre-based in the sense that people have to go into our offices in locations dotted around the country, this service is important because it actually can bring those services to the more remote and rural locations where it's just not possible to get to one of our offices to receive the highly specialised support that we offer.
Briefly, a burst water main is causing problems at Wallsend on the corner of Stapleton and Douglas Streets, with water shooting up higher than rooftops. And ex-Newcastle knight Zane Tedovano has successfully appealed against the severity of his 9-month jail sentence over a series of drunken attacks on his former girlfriend. He's instead been placed on good behaviour bonds.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club, Fishing Expo, September 13.
The Newcastle Knights will farewell halfback Tyrone Roberts at the end of this season. The 24-year-old was released from the final year of his contract with the club and is set to join the Gold Coast Titans in 2016. Roberts made his NRL debut with the Knights in 2011 and has since played more than 90 first-grade games. Hunter Ice Skating Stadium is gearing up to host the inaugural Australian Ice Hockey League All-Stars weekend next month. The initiative has been launched to showcase the league's top talent and expand the competition's audience. The weekend involves 6 skills-based competitions, including fastest skater and hardest shot, as well as an all-star game. And the Hunter primary rugby team is gearing up for some tough matches when they compete at the New South Wales PWSA Championships at Warringah today. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 8.